Today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the double jab to start or initiate your attack against your opponent. The double jab can be used to start your combinations or to get closer to your opponent so you can land your hard power shots. Now let's begin. First off, I'm going to show you how to do the double jab in the proper footwork. So I'm facing my partner here. He's just going to be in a stance, kind of shell up, okay? What I'm going to do is, a lot of times the first jab won't land because you're out of range, okay? But when the second jab will touch his defense, that's what you want. So you're going to always step with your lead foot when you jab and drive with that rear foot. So when I'm out here, I'm going to step as I drive with that rear foot, step again, that's the double jab. What I'm doing with my arm is, I'm not pulling it back to the face and coming again. So like this, I'm not stepping, bringing it back, and throwing the jab again, okay? I'm going to throw the jab, bring it back about halfway, and throw it again. The double jab is more for speed than power. So let me show you the difference real quick. So while I'm here, if I'm using the double jab to start or launch my attack or get close to my opponent, I'm going to make it short and fast like this to get in, okay, taking those double steps. If I'm just throwing 2 sevens or 2 jabs in a row, I could be here. Throwing those hard, I bring the arm back for more power, okay? And also to bring it back to my face to protect my chin line, okay? So I'm going to drive off that rear foot, step with each jab, cock the jab back after the first one halfway, and then throw it again, okay? So I'm going to do it a few times. We're here. Now let's move around a little bit. I'm going to show you the double jab. Working my way in. If I just do the double jab, I'm going to move my head after the second jab. Moving around. Come back over here. There you go. Just like that, okay? So that is the double jab. So what am I going to do off the double jab? The first part of this, I'm going to show you the different doorways or different punches you can use off the double jab. The secret is to keep it simple, okay? Don't do a lot of sophisticated stuff, okay? So the first one is, okay, if he comes forward a little bit, if I use the double jab and he steps straight back, okay, what's a good follow-up punch? We're going to start with the right-handed punches, which is the 2, the 4, and the 6, okay? So if I use the double jab and he steps back, creates space, that's when I'm going to throw that cross or that number 2, okay? And then after my last punch, if I end it on the cross, I'm going to move my head. Do it again. He steps back, poof, throw that 2 down the middle, okay? Now, if I notice when I'm jabbing him, and he doesn't move back or doesn't move at all, and he kind of shells up like he's doing, I can go to the 2, but the hook. Remember, the 2 in Peekaboo can be a cross if he's farther away, or a hook, okay? So I'm here, and if he just stands still, then I can launch that hook to the side of the jaw. And then if I end on this, I'm gonna move my head after my last punch, okay? Another combination I can do is set up the 4 or the uppercut, okay? So if he's here, remember, if he steps back, I can't hit him with the uppercut. He's out of range. I have to go to the straight right hand. So I'm here, use the double jab to get in, but this time I'm going to lean my head off to the side. I got to preload that uppercut and then come up the middle. Usually, if he opens his arms up, if he's got a gap there, I'm going to aim at the chest and then right it up. Okay, so again, he just locks it down, poof, and then I can move my head after that if that's my last punch. And then the last one on that side is the 6 to the body. Remember, the 6, if I'm farther out, let's say I do the double jab again, he takes that step back. I'm going to throw the 6 with the straight right hand. Okay, if you stand still, I'm going to throw the 6 with the hook. Okay, aiming for that spleen, okay? Okay, now let's switch to the other side. So that was right-handed attacks if you're an orthodox fighter. Obviously, it's the opposite if you're a southpaw, okay? Now I'm gonna attack with my lead arm, starting with the 1, the 3, and the 5. So he's in his stance, okay? I'm gonna jab, double jab in. I'm gonna load it a little bit, load, and then throw the one to the side of the jaw. Okay, so I'm gonna do it again. And then I can move my head if that's my last punch. Just get in the habit of moving your head, okay? Now, again, if he doesn't move, I jab, double jab my way in. I'm gonna do that 3, that uppercut. Load it, shoot the left uppercut, okay? When you throw uppercuts, you wanna stay low, keep your chin tucked. Remember, it's a rise, you wanna get your hip behind that. But I'm gonna keep my head and my opposite hand on my face, okay? And then the last one, obviously, is that 5 to the liver, okay? So I'm gonna double jab my way in, poof, poof, shift, throw that 5 to the liver. There's a little pocket here between his elbow and his lower lat. So a little pocket, if his elbow is down more, if I can get in that little pocket there to the liver, that's a beautiful punch, okay? So, once you use, so you got all those different options for your attacking punch. Then you can start, you just don't want to end with one punch, obviously. You want to put combinations together. So you can start going back and forth. So if you go in with the double jab and do a right-handed attack, you can come back with one of those 3 options on the left-hand side. So let me run through them. So he's just going to stand still and shell up just for the sake of the drill. Obviously, if we were fighting or sparring, there's a lot of variables involved in this. I might double jab, he comes in, ties me up. I might double jab, he pivots and circles out, okay? This is just a training, the drill, he's just giving me a target so I can practice these drills, okay? So keep that in mind. So the first one is that cross. He takes a step back on my double jab. Now I can cross hook, move my head. Does it again. Cross uppercut. Does it again. Cross body hook, okay? So that's off of that right hand, okay? And I can do that. I'm not gonna run through every single one because I can double jab, hook to the head, hook to the body, hook to the head, uppercut, hook, hook, okay? So you can see where I can go right, left. Now, another thing you can do for your combinations is double it up on the same side. Let me give you an example. So if I double jab my way, he's just gonna stand still. I double jab my way in and I throw that cross and then I can throw the hook. Same side, I just gotta load it properly. Or if I come in, boom, boom, hook to the body, uppercut up the middle. Or I can come in and just throw a double right hook. Okay, so the sky's the limit of what the different combinations you can do, okay? Now on the other side, same thing. I can jab my way in, went to the hook, and then fire any right hand shot after the hook. Jab my way in, uppercut, throw any right hand shot. Okay? Let's say I come in, I slip, I uppercut, he steps back. Then I can throw that straight right. Okay? So then you can double it up on that side. Okay? So I'm here, he stands still. I'm gonna double jab, hook, hook. Move my head. Okay, I might double jab, body up. You get the point. I can double it up on the same side or go back, be a two-handed fighter and go back and forth. So now I'm just gonna give you a little example. I'm just gonna play with it. This is how you drill it. Okay, remember we're drilling. A lot of people don't got good training partners, but if you do got a training partner, this is how it's gonna look. He's just gonna move around, shell up. Okay, he's gonna move around. When I enter in with the double jab, he's just gonna shell up. Okay, he's gonna let me work his combinations. You know, what he's doing is doing that basic boxing defense where he can catch the punches with his gloves and his forearms, okay? But we're gonna move around. When I do the double jab, he's gonna shell up, and then I'm gonna, this first little bit, I'll do single attacks, okay? Either a right hand or a left. So is this how it looks? We move around a little bit. Yep, move around. Move my head, I'm moving back. Okay, you can see why I can just drill it. And you can, if you got a partner, you can go back and forth. Remember, just shell up and let them hit you. Okay, because the goal is to get your opponent to shell up. If you can get him to shell up or just stand right in front of you, that's when you can just unload those close quarter combinations with bad intentions, okay? So now, let's do a 2 count combination after the double jab. You're gonna build it up. So we'll move around, move my head, okay? Move around. Maybe I'll double up the hook. One more. Moving my head, okay? It doesn't matter how you move your head. You can go side to side. You can slip and roll. You can just bob and weave, okay? Okay, once you get that, you can keep building up. That was 2 count. Now let's look at a 3 count. Okay, one more. Okay, I can start working those different combinations. Trying to go the head, body, up the middle. Okay, so after you get that done, you drill those combinations, you're gonna start getting to the side, okay? You don't wanna stay in the middle, okay? If I'm in the middle, I'm gonna be opening up with my combinations or getting my head off to one side. But I'm gonna add the leg spring or the twist into this drill and just go nice and smooth. If you wanna work power, don't beat your buddy up, beat the heavy bag up, okay? All right, so he comes here, we move it around. I'll do a 2 count. All right, I'm right here. I can spring to the side and do another combination, okay? I'm here. That's a 3 count. Spring to the side, do my combination. All right, now let's add the twist. That was the leg springs. Add the twist. There. Okay, oh, that's the spring. I'm gonna do the twist. Do it again. Uppercut, twist. Boom, boom, boom. Now twist to the other side. Okay, twist, boom, 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 boom. Just drilling back and forth. Okay, just touching. Getting used to punching in combination. You want to get out of the habit of looking for one punch. Okay, so that is how I use the double jab offensively to set my combinations up. It gets me closer to my opponent, okay, where I can get those combinations off. I'm not always trying to get close and smother myself. So if he comes back here more, okay, a lot of times I'll be here, so I'm using more long range punches, okay? So what if you use the double jab and your opponent moves a lot, like he's circling? Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say I use the double jab and he either back pedals, circles off. All right, so you're just gonna move around. Yep, even faster, farther away. I'm having a hard time getting in. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my head movement because he's gonna be counter punching. If I'm moving into him, he could be launching counter punches at me. So I'm gonna add my bob and weave or my slipping action, head movement, okay? So we're here and he's moving, he's away, then I can weave in. Poof, 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 poof. Do my combinations, move back out. See, slip, I can roll in after that and I'm closer. So I use my head movement to bridge the gap where the double jab failed. Well, it didn't fail, okay? It's just he read my double jab and he moved. That's how you gotta stick to your opponent. If you got someone that's floating like a butterfly, sticking and moving, all right, you gotta be good at cutting the ring off, but you gotta use your jab your way in and then use your head movement to get close so you can unload your combinations, okay? Now, I'm not just gonna always double jab, I'm gonna work the 7 to the head and the 8 to the body. So if we're moving around, okay, I'm working that jab. 8. Just pumping that jab, and then when I'm ready, I can double jab my way in, work my combination, spring to the side, and unload on my opponent. So that is using the double jab to start your attack or work your way to the inside. Have a good day.